Hey, can you just tell us a little bit about what you guys are doing today and what you hope to do?
Today this is maintenance. We don't want the cemetery to become what it was 6 years ago. It was horrendous. You couldn't see any of these stones, really. And that's the truth. I could show you pictures. It was covered with bittersweet, brush, poison ivy. I got poison ivy twice, trying to pull some of the things out of here. And it took us 6 years to get it to look like this. Today it looks beautiful, don't you think? But it didn't always look like this. This was lots of blood, sweat, and tears here from a lot of people. And today is maintaining that. We don't want it to return. We don't want Mother Nature to reclaim Laurel Hill again. It's too much work bringing it back. So that's what today's all about.
Could you just, off the top of your head, tell us what some of the big names are here in Laurel Hill Cemetery?
Okay, we have the Crockers. Of course, there were many Crockers. Here we have, I believe, Alva and CT. And they have big, big monuments up at the top of the hill. They helped build the city of Fitchburg, the Crocker paper mills. Today you would call it, I think it's James River up there on River Street today. They started out as Crocker paper mills. My dad worked for them. He came home from World War II, got a good job with the Crockers. They were good to their employees. They built houses for their employees in which they could rent, and then later they offered them up for sale for their employees. They were very good people to work for. They were pillars of the community, absolutely.
And what about the Simons?
The Simons built Simon Saw and Steel, which was down on Intervale Road, which is no longer Simon Saw and Steel. And they also helped build this city. I mean, they contributed lots of money. They lived in a big house up on Prospect Street. I don't know that much more about them because they're even though I'm older, they're further back than I remember. We've got, I think Steve Twining brought it up, Josiah Trask, who was a newspaper editor, by the way, and went to Kansas to edit the Free Soil newspaper because Kansas was in the middle of a battle between slavery and free soil. And it was whoever had the most votes, that's what the government was going to be. In Kansas, it was a precursor to the Civil War. And so we had busloads of people from Fitchburg who went there to vote and set up residence so that Kansas would be a free state. And they could eliminate slavery. Josiah Trask went with Joseph Lowe and one of the Kimball boys. And Josiah ran the newspaper. He went out there with his new bride. And they were murdered by Quantrell's raiders, they wanted Kansas to be a slave state. In the end, long story short, Kansas did become a free state, and the first governor of the state was from Fitchburg, Massachusetts. His name was Robinson.
And you said you're actually looking for more volunteers and more people to join.
We would love young people. You know, high school students, college. We've got Fitchburg State here. It's a great resource. Come and help us. You've got the energy that we don't have as older people. We're getting tired. We need to pass this torch along to you young people. Really, that's what we're outreaching for. That's why we want the Sentinel to become involved. We really need our young people, our resource. We need them to pick up this torch and run with it. Because if anything happens to us, it's gone.